Hi everyone, my name is Jerry Wise, and I'm fortunate enough to be out here at the Westward Look Resort in Tucson, Arizona. And this video is entitled, "A Good Marriage Requires You to Be Single." My name is Jerry Wise. I'm a relationship expert. I'm the director of the Center for Self-differentiation. I do individual marital coaching. So, Jerry, what do you mean by saying a good marriage requires us to be single? Do you mean before marriage? Do you mean we need to be alone before we should get married? And no, that's not what I mean. No, and this video is not about that. I'm talking about a happier, healthier marriage in which people are single, in quotes, and connected to each other. This video is about the inner adult. We hear a lot about the inner child work, often in recovery and counseling. And the inner adult in us is often immature and doesn't take care of our inner child very well. When we were young and single, singleness was our chance to work on our balance of togetherness and separateness. Most of us chose an overbalance and an overbalancing towards the togetherness, due to growing up in unhealthy families, having needy parents, and families who knew little about balancing togetherness and separateness in relationships. And then we got married, and then we had kids, and life became more complicated, difficult, and not as easy. A good marriage requires acting grown up. As I have taught in other videos, living your age, utilizing your inner adult, putting your inner adult into the driver's seat. Many of us who grew up in dysfunctional families don't know how to do this, nor did we learn how to do this. A good marriage requires we get the inner child out of the driver's seat. As I've entitled this video, a good marriage requires being single. Being single means we learn how our togetherness and separateness forces got out of balance, and how we overstress the we-ness rather than the I-ness. And we heal those wounds in inner child and inner adult. This healing helps us to achieve a healthy balance of togetherness and separateness in our lives. We heal the imbalance imprinted on us by our family of origin. So what do I mean by togetherness? Togetherness, I mean connecting and intentionally acting in ways to strengthen intimacy and closeness. By separateness, I mean intentionally acting in ways to strengthen the self. Healthy self-differentiation is a balance between togetherness and separateness, a healthy balance between those two. So a good marriage does require us to be being single. So what does being single mean? Let me explain that a little further. It is a focus on a healthier self. Differentiation from our spouse is number 2, and lessening that enmeshment. Often couples come in, they're very detached, they're angry, they don't feel very close at all, but don't realize it's the over-closeness that causes the separateness and the distant feeling. And so they are just so reactive to each other, which indicates enmeshment. When you're real reactive with your spouse, there's too much closeness. Number 3, learning your issues, your healthy wants, your own family of origin map, your healthy needs, your pleasures, and your dislikes, and your own beliefs, choosing your own choices about life. That's a part of being single and being a healthy adult, a healthy self. Number 4, not using your marriage to to fill immaturity gaps. Jenny Brown, in her book Growing Yourself Up, which I often quote because it's a good new book that's out, she does use a family systems approach to healing and recovery, which I like very much. She writes, excuse me, the central challenge in staying mature in a marriage is to find a balance between being a separate person and a connected person. And that's what I specialize in, helping people learn that balance, heal to that balance, recover to that balance, where there's a healthy balance of both. Oftentimes, therapists, coaches, counselors will teach individuals almost an unhealthy balance at times. They'll take them from enmeshment to way over to cutoff or separateness. And that's not a healthy balance. A healthy balance is the two. Because it's not all about me and nothing about someone else. It's not all about them and nothing about me. How do we mature? And in fact, if you know mature adults, those who are really mature, have a good, healthy balance between those two and can be themselves while being connected to other people. Jenny Brown, in her book, writes a paragraph, The Growing Up Paradox of Marriage. She writes, the irony is that couples who make progress are the ones who stop focusing on the marriage itself and start directing their attentions towards their own behaviors. And then secondly, if you want a better marriage, you will need to give up making a project out of changing the relationship or your partner, and instead make a project out of expressing your own maturity within it. Does that not sound healthier to you than fixing the marriage and fixing your spouse, which often I've found, and as a family and marriage expert, doesn't go very far, isn't very helpful, and doesn't work. Lastly, I wanted to talk to you about a quote by Murray Bowen. Bowen Family Systems is something I really like and use often. And Jenny Brown quotes him, and he states, for less mature people, or people lower down on the self-differentiation scale, and you can watch some other videos to get some information on the self-differentiation scale. I describe that more in detail in other videos. I hope you please will watch some of my other videos and share them on your social media. He writes, for less mature people, so much life energy goes into seeking love and approval that there's little energy left for self-determined, goal-directed activity. Let me quote that again. For less mature people, so much life energy goes into seeking love and approval that there's little energy left for the self. There's little energy left for self-determined, goal-directed activity. And again, when we're always seeking or addicted to seeking love and approval, then we have too much of the togetherness aspect and too much of the togetherness force. And there are two forces at work in all relationships, togetherness and separateness. They're always at work. How you balance them is where you are on that self-differentiation scale. If you want or need help with learning to be single in your marriage or relationship, I hope that you'll contact me. There's contact information on the screen. Please join our YouTube channel. I'm fortunate enough to be out here in Tucson, Arizona at the Westward Look Resort, which is quite beautiful. The panoramas are quite beautiful from up here. And I've been visiting with a client and referral sources, and I also have a sister who lives out here. So it's a nice excuse to come out to beautiful Tucson, Arizona. If you live in the United States or anywhere in the world and can't find the help you need for these issues, I do Skype, FaceTime, and phone professional help for clients. I want to thank you very much for watching today, and have a great day. I have a couple of other videos from Tucson you might want to take a look at. And I hope your day is as beautiful as mine is out here. Thanks for watching.